This will be nice. We still have an amazing class for you guys. Thank you, everybody, for showing up today. We have our mindful eating during the holidays class. Just to introduce ourselves, if you've never met us before, my name is Jeremy Capone. I'm the wellness chef here at ELLICSR.
And I'm Steph Gladman. I'm the registered dietitian here at ELLICSR. And so, today we're going to talk about mindful eating during the holidays. I thought... Well, it is fun. So I figured I'd start off with a definition so that we're all on the same page, right? So basically it's creating awareness about the foods that you're choosing to eat. So, really thinking about why you're eating them or how you're eating them, where you're eating them, and any of the thoughts that are going through with them in a very non-judgmental way. So I think that's really usually the key thing of mindful eating, is not judging yourself for any of the thoughts that are coming to mind. And so it's beyond just the appearance of food, but also tapping into all the different senses. So what does it taste like? What does it smell like? What does it sound like? And what's the texture that you have while it's in your mouth or maybe on your fingers? And there's lots of research that's actually showing that mindful eating can help improve digestion, regulate appetite, and even make foods taste better. So for some people who are experiencing nausea or, don't have an appetite, really concentrating on these 5 senses can make the foods taste better. So we're going to tap into that concept as we work through the 3 different recipes that we have today.
Yes, absolutely. And to start it off, we're going to do really nice sort of festive salad, a very colorful salad. The approach for these recipes, especially this one, we intentionally wanted to make them very tactile, very active. So we're using our own tools as much as possible as a way to sort of connect with the ingredients. And it's a way to learn about your food, about your ingredients, about the process as well. I know that me trying to learn recipes growing up from like my grandmother, let's say, anything she wrote down really didn't make sense. And if I tried it, it would never work out. But if I watched her in terms of how she felt the food and she seasoned with her hands, she tasted as she went, those were the senses that really connected back to the cooking and really allowed you to make the dish maybe the way it was intended to be made. So that's the same idea here. In no way do we mean to do this all the time. It's probably extremely difficult to block everything out all the time. If you have guests coming over, on Christmas Day or whatever, probably not the best time to be practicing mindful eating. But
you could hint it in at certain times.
Yes, fit it in for sure when you can.
Yeah.
So for the first recipe, we're going to make a really nice red cabbage salad. Does anyone like cabbage? Okay, so this is one of my favorites. I love the purple, I love the really vibrant color. Cabbage itself can be cooked, it can be eaten raw. We're going to make a really nice sort of raw format salad. And I'm just shredding it into very fine sort of pieces like this. It's already layered. Cabbage is already layered for you, so all you really need to do is cut off a little section and then run across those layers slowly with your knife to get your fine sort of shreds of cabbage. So pretty straightforward. You can chuck this through a food processor as well, or a mandolin.
Sure,
yeah, mandolin would work as well. But I love that it's layered. It's kind of like an onion, right? So most of the work is already done for you. Now, the tactile part. This is where it gets really fun. And you can get other people involved if you don't want to do the work yourself. But we're going to massage the cabbage. Has anyone massaged their food before? Yeah. Yes, okay.
So kale is a good one to do sometimes
kale.
Too.
Why do we massage certain foods like kale?
To make it more tender?
Yeah, exactly. So we're doing a couple things. We're definitely making it more tender for the eating part of it, right? It's going to be, it's not going to be as crunchy, but we'll still have a little bit of bite, and it'll soften up a bit. They say even digestion is a little bit easier.
Yeah, because you're kind of you're lessening the fiber, right? So you're taking away a process that your stomach would have to do to break down the food.
So we're gonna add a little pinch of salt, and I'm gonna add a little splash of vinegar. This is apple cider vinegar. Don't need much at all. And then you just release and get in there and just massage and rub through it and get lost.
You can put some music on.
Maybe you're on the beach massaging cabbage, or in the forest massaging cabbage. Wherever you want to be massaging cabbage. It's really relaxing.
Somebody sees you, you'll get arrested.
Maybe. Don't get that lost. Maybe don't get that lost.
For all day.
Yeah, hide your facial expression. But even just like feeling the crunch, you can feel it sort of soften up and loosen up, almost as if you're massaging your shoulders, loosening it up a little bit. You'll also notice that your hands will start turning purple, right? But because of the salt and the vinegar, it actually turns from like a very solid purple
White,
to almost a vibrant, violet color, which is like it's a beautiful look on the cabbage, but it's also a sign that it's working. We're getting the job done, right? So we're using our senses in terms of the feel. We're also visually there's a signal there. Yeah,
and part of the process also is thinking about where your food came from. So sometimes we think of like root vegetables or buying locally. So that part of the process also comes into play when you're shopping and cooking in the mindful eating process too.
Absolutely. Now, this can be done for about 3 minutes, 5 minutes. The longer you go, obviously, the more tender it's going to become. So if you still want a little bit of a crunch, a little bit of a bite to it, even a couple minutes should be fine. This may release some juices as well at the bottom. I didn't do it for too long, so there's not too much. But if there's any excess liquid, you can always pour that out. That'll wash away even some of the salt in it. And because you seasoned it already, always keep that in mind that we probably don't have to add more salt near the end. Taste as you go. But that's pretty much what we're looking for with the cabbage. If I let this sit in the fridge overnight, it would become even more tender. So this is a great one to do ahead of time. Do it the day before, let it sit. That way you get it out of the way, but it actually tastes better the next day. So that's a little trick. So first ingredient done, massaged cabbage. It's very happy. We're very happy. Next recipe, or next ingredient we're going to use is, again, another favorite one you see around this time of year, pomegranate. I heard someone say it, yeah.
Lots of color, right? So lots of antioxidants as well.
Yes.
And so we always advocate, having lots of color coming from fruit, vegetables. And so a salad like this really comes into play here. Again, and focusing on what the different kind of colors that you're using and the textures as well. And even the smell.
Absolutely. With the pomegranate, you can obviously do it from fresh. They already have the pre-prepped ones as well. One of my favorites that they just came out with is frozen pomegranate kernels. Again, already plucked out, freezer bag, and they're fantastic. They're delicious. That can be done, so that'll save you even some more time. But if we're already getting to that mindful cooking, a quick little trick is after you cut it in half, what I do is sort of separate it gently. I don't want to crack it, but I want to sort of open up the membrane a little bit. And then what I do is just hold it like this with my fingers open over a bowl. And then take like a good mallet, something that you can hold in your hand, and just sort of smack it until the kernels fall out. And you can sort of work your way around, and you can see how they're kind of coming through my fingers here into the bowl. And you just keep doing that. You might get big chunks of the white, but it's easy actually to take out at this point.
Yeah.
And you can actually get most of the kernels out that way.
Yeah.
Again, another fun activity.
We also, when we're younger, we often hear, "Don't play with your food." Well, mindful eating is part of that playful experience too.
Definitely play with your food. Absolutely. So we have the pomegranates. Again, beautiful, sort of deep red color. That's going to go in. Already becoming a really nice, colorful salad. Right, and then We have a little bit of the cabbage, which is going to be a little bit like on the salty side because we have the salt. The pomegranate is going to be slightly sweet, but it's going to be more tart.
Yes.
So we're building on different flavors.
And you also have that crunch in there too.
Now we want to add, I'm adding some dates here. These are some chopped dates. That's going to add a nice little sort of molassesy sweetness to it. And then some walnuts as well, which is going to give us a nice nuttiness and crunch. So again, more textures. So this will definitely add to that mindful eating process because you're going to have all these different textures and flavors going on as you're crunching through the salad. We'll add some parsley or any chopped herbs. We'll add it all. And green. Nice color. And then for a quick dressing, I'm using a little bit of, any citrus would work really well here. So I've got a little bit of lime. I've already juiced some in here. You can use orange, you can use lemon. Put both in. Again, even just the act of squeezing the limes can be mindful, right?
Yeah.
I think we pass by these tasks and we think of them as work, but
Right. They can become kind of a meditative act that can become relaxing if you kind of observe them and kind of go more into that space.
for sure. I'm adding just a little bit of the vinegar. The citrus juice has acid, but the vinegar will add a little more punch to it, and just a little bit of olive oil. Just whisk it up. It's just a very quick dressing. That's it. Pour it over top. So that's pretty much it. So if I toss this, put it in the fridge, the next day it's good, ready to go. Or you can serve it up as is. And I've already gone in there, so I'm just gonna use my hands and toss it up a little bit.
You can make the whole thing the night before.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
for sure, and then save it. And then, you could take it to work or, enjoy it with family and friends, of course. But part of the mindful eating experience is like actually tapping into, slowing down and taking each bite slowly. And, it's not necessarily something that you would do, like we said, at every single meal or for the first, for the whole meal, but to just become aware of what's going on, any of the thoughts that you're having, and potentially to, sit down and take a few bites mindfully, just to start with.
Absolutely. So that's it. Pretty quick
Yeah.
salad, but super, super colorful. Lots of flavors, lots of crunch.
No.
Sorry?
You have to have the parsley in it?
No, you can add whatever you want.
No, I mean, could you just, is there a reason for the parsley? Or
Color.
Color, and I mean the flavor of the parsley adds some nice, herbaceousness, some nice fresh herb. But you can add if you like a different fresh herb, or if you don't like
Could
any
you
at
do
all.
it without?
Yeah, or you could have like spinach or lettuce, like something that's a little bit more mild in terms of a green.
Definitely, yeah.
Yeah.
And just in terms of the color, I think it adds a little bit, but again, it's completely up to you, for sure. And then I'm just gonna add a little bit of a little sharp cheese. Just a little snowfall on top.
Fun.
And that's gonna get some more nice flavor. But that's pretty much it. That's our festive cabbage salad.
Yeah.